Greetings, this is kvci.blogspot.com, and this is 2012. We decided not to do no more clippings, no more videos for 2011. But 2012 is a new day. How you doing, Doc?
Oh, pretty good.
Happy New Year's Day to you, brother.
Man, happy New Year's to you.
Yes, sir.
And it is indeed a pleasure to be in the beginning of a new year with my best friend.
Yes, sir. Like same here. Doc Robinson is like a new house in an old city, and some people don't quite understand him. But as Doc always say, with that new house, it is what it is.
It is what it is.
In 2012, we got to see what that's gonna be, Doc.
Oh, well, my man, we're gonna be able to say it was what it was.
Yeah.
But now it is what it is.
I know that's right. Yeah.
Yes,
Doc, I want to first of all, I want to thank you for yesterday. We went out to Wild Adventures and we ain't in no hurry on this clip because we cut it, we just do it up. But I thank you for going out there yesterday and telling the story about how you feel about what is happening in the community. I really appreciate that because you're going to do that anyway. Thank you, man.
Well, I appreciate that, and I want to thank you for, on behalf of all those that don't show their gratitude and their appreciation. I want to thank you for your friendship. I want to thank you for everything that you have done and everything that you have contributed to this community as a radio hostess, and I'm gonna call you the YouTube king. All right, you know, all right. Seriously. You are our media here. You know, we didn't have a blackout, shutout, and a lockout.
Yes, sir.
And you know, we've been excluded from basically everything, and no one seems to want to grasp the idea that Black America have always been excluded, but we got to focus in on home because we know that we are part of Black America, and our individual communities have been blocked out here as far as Lowndes County as well as other parts of the nation. Mm-hmm. This being said, you have contributed a lot. You goes to every meeting that's brought to your attention. You are invited by the president of the NAACP to come to various places hundreds of miles away. Not just 20, 30, or 50 miles, but it's 200 and something miles from here to Atlanta.
Yes, sir.
100 and something miles to the other place you went, and you go on your own expenses, and this is appreciated.
Thank you.
You know, you was making mention about people making fun of our president.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Doc Jerry Robinson, that's one of the earlier clips. He last week told me, and here's what he said. And I'm asking you all not to criticize me for what you see in a different approach I'm taking about Sean Hannity and other, what I call, reverse Christians and patriots. What happens is, Mr. Robinson said to me, I wished I was on TV so I could tell Sean Hannity the way I feel. And that's the clip. He's the one that stirred me to do all this, and I intend to get more intensified as the year progresses. Because I'm tired, as you say, I'm tired, brother, of seeing everybody come out against this president and nobody says nothing. It's time now that we hold Hannity and the rest of them. Just a few minutes ago, well, I won't say that, but let me put it like this here. Some of my viewers don't like me taking that approach against Sean Hannity. Well, get ready for it because more is coming. That's short form.
I heard that, but you know, a direct question. I hope our president could get a chance to see this clip here. And it's a direct question, Mr. President. Do you feel that you're a sorry-ass president?
Oh, Doc.
I mean, do you feel that you have did such a lousy job that you deserve to be criticized for everything that you have done? Because you know good and well that you are not a sorry president, and you have did more, in fact, than any others have done before you. Mr. President, I say to you, I commend you, because you took a nation on that wasn't really broke. But when you took the nation on and everyone sworn themselves in, everyone withdrew their money from the market. You know this as well as the nation knows this. And they tried to hand you off a broken nation. And you survived it. Mr. President, we done survived this thing now.
Under all scrutiny.
We done survived it now. You know, you didn't fail. And they are pissed off and they are angry because you have not failed us. And we out here are willing to do whatever we can as far as the unknown and the unseen factors of your society that you govern. We have feelings out here. We have been neglected, Mr. President, and we do hope that if you watch this video, that you ask yourself that question, and we want you to answer it with a positive, not a negative, that you have not been no sorry-ass president, because this is what this guy says on the national radio, and they use that type of vulgar language. And I'm a minister, and I had to say it that way for pure honesty and truth. We need help in a certain way. We are not begging, we are not bumming, but we need help as far as recognition and recognizing the rules of law that's already down in the executive order that implements Title VI, that our metropolitan areas in all your cities, and we know you want to rebuild bridges and everything, but the problem is that if we don't revitalize our communities and get part of the federal funding that's out there, we'll remain the same. Now help us to help you as we help our neighbor, our white counterparts that's so either so in love with you or really hate you with compassion. Now Brother Ryan's here have been defending you, Mr. President, down here. Now if you have an opportunity to hear this, I hope that you can draw strength from us. That being said, Brother Ryan, keep doing what you were doing.
Yes, sir.
And stay on them.
Yes, sir.
Because this man is the first historical change in the world.
Yes, sir.
Okay?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now, what I mean by that, I know there's been diverse earthquakes, there's been big storms and historic storms, there's been a lot of historic events with the Nobel Peace Awards.
Yes, sir.
But the thing that coaxed the plane, I used the right word, now I said coaxed the plane, okay, is the fact that out of the 435 years of abundance, we have arrived from this great nation and have the first black president of the United States of America.
Yes, sir.
Okay?
Yes, sir.
And that there is an accomplishment within itself. And if we look at the principal concepts of why this little African right here,
yes, sir.
Okay, this little African that I took my time in drew, okay, he may not be from Kenya.
Keep talking. Let me draw in. Let me draw that. Keep talking.
And we may not be from Kenya, but he is a victim of AIDS with HIV, and he was in the National Geographic, and I drew this young man. And he probably is dead by now. But what I'm saying is that the historical times of the humane part of our society is these kind of stories within our own nation. These other people, these other children. And we can help bring about the changes that we need to make. These guys that's out there that's criticizing your president, they don't realize the true value that he means to us. Along these lines, they can use racism, they can use any slurs, they can talk about it, but the fact of the matter, he is the first black president in the United States of America. He done ended the war. He done what he said he was going to do. Now, what more do they want from you, Mr. President? That's the question. Now, we'll survive. Oh, Mr. President, God knows we are here surviving. But it'll be a whole lot easier if we had a fair playing ground that we can share. I'm not a racist. I don't have no hatred in my body. Okay? And I wouldn't dare try to take the Klan down, because if I try to take him down, I remove part of my
That's right. That's right.
Okay?
That's right.
I'm not going to tell you, I'm a Baptist minister,
Yes, sir.
but I'm not going to tell you that I'm going to teach the metaphors and principles of letting someone squish you in the ground and trample all over you. King didn't teach that.
That's right. That's right.
Okay? Let us not misunderstand Martin Luther King. Oh, he he was a good man. So is all other ministers and other men. But the truth of the matter is, King was getting ready to fight.
Well, that is so true, and those who listen to this may think that Robinson got it all wrong. He got it all right. I don't read much as I used to, but in Random House books called A Testament of Hope, there is a collection of Martin Luther King speeches, and in this particular book by Random House, he was interviewed by Playboy. And I remember it very vividly, and I will never forget it. And he talked about questioning the role of integration and nonviolence. Perhaps, what the brother name that said, that he quoted Dr. King, I can't think of it right now. It'll come to him in a minute. But he said that he was with Dr. King, and Dr. King told him that he was afraid. Dr. King said it seemed like he had led his people into a burning house. Mm-hmm. I can't think of the brother's name. It'll come to me. And say when he turned, and so he asked Dr. King. He said, "So what must we do, Dr. King?" And Dr. King said, "Oh, it's quite natural." He said, "We all got to become firefighters." Mm-hmm. And that's what I intend to be, a firefighter. When I see that the President of the United States is in the house, the White House, and the house is on fire, I got to be a firefighter. Right. And I'm here to help put the fire out. And I know that if I speak truth, wherein Hannity and others say that Barack Obama is a Hitler. Well, President Obama wasn't even born at that time. So somebody lying. I'm not going to call Hannity a lie, but the truth is what it is. And of course, a lie is a lie. So if the shoe fit, and my grandmama say, you wear it. And so I'm a firm believer that we all got to do what Dr. King say now. We got to become firefighters. In other words, that means if the federal government says that we're entitled to some of the funds through Section 3, we got to become firefighters. We got to fight to put the fire out. What kind of fire you talking about, Brother Rand? I'm talking about the fire of injustice. Oh, yeah. The fire of inequality, the fire of unfair treatment. You see, we got to put that fire out and bring it up to the equal rights level that Dr. King did preach. And another thing, this month is perhaps one of the most hypocritical months in the year, because we're going to meet, we're going to talk about how good Dr. King was. They're going to give speeches. Little children are going to get up and dance. People that have never joined the NAACP, SCLC, or any other civil rights organization going to get up and placate, imitate, duplicate, and complicate the dream of Dr. King, but when it comes down to the reality of it all, they're nowhere in the mix at 6. Dr. King was in the mix at 6, and not only 6, he was there after 6. And this is what my beautiful brother Doc Robinson has done as well. He has been in the fight for a long time, and he has no inklings, no mindset to let up, and that's what I like about it. And we're going to rest on that note, but I want to leave you with one important thing as far as my point of view, and that is, let us not just play game with Dr. King's life and legacy. Let's become a doer of what Dr. King gave his life for. In other words, let's just don't talk about the dream, because Dr. King just didn't talk about a dream. Dr. King went to work, and he reamed out from that dream a new reality, and that's why we're sitting here today, and that's why we got the first black president of the United States. And the other 43 all-white male presidents were no less or better, by no means, than our 44th president, President Barack Obama. On you, my brother.
Well, you know, the dream, we don't want it to become a fictitious, subconscious illusion of the midst of our minds. We don't want that to occur. What we want to happen is see results of reality, yes, sir, of progression. And the only way we get progression is on an equal level playing field.
Yes, sir.
And how do we go about that? By all of us contributing something that we have toward the cause for justification as for justice and equality, and bringing what we have to the table. And Brother Raines,
Yes, sir.
you know, we going before city council.
Yes, sir.
And we know we had the first black mayor
Yes,
of the
sir.
city of Valdosta out of 152 years.
Yes, sir. Joseph. Yes, sir.
And now we got another white mayor.
Yes, sir.
But now we got what they calling a stain on the wall, because he is the only mayor up there amongst the 152 years. And we have documentaries to be able to show and to prove. We got video clips after clip, and we are piecing these clips together like an injected movie of different portions of segments of time injected to be able to show the exclusion of the history of this city and how unbalanced that it is. And all we are asking is that we get a little balance, that we can participate from here on. We don't want to go back and rehash the past. We want to be able to be a part of now, that we can make some progress.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And, you know, I made mention the other day at Wiley Bridges that I was pissed off,
Yes,
teed
sir.
off.
Yes, sir.
I still feel the same.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
And I'm even a little bit bitter
Wow.
within. Okay, because when I look back and look over my life and where I came from, and then when I get here today and I think about where my mother came from, and then I listen at a guy come along on the radio and put down our icon of our model.
That is Frank Bonner's 105.9 FM Black Crow Media. He's a professor at Valdosta State University, and we want it known. Continue. I just want to highlight that.
And it's mind-boggling, and it's very, very disturbing, because here we are trying to heal a nation.
Yes, sir.
That was on the edge of depression.
Yes, sir.
Okay, on the edge of depression, because see, we have always been an oppressed people.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and when they said that they was having a recession, we was already in recession.
Depression.
You see?
Yes, sir.
And,
Yes, sir.
It's one thing, Mr. President, if you're listening to this, anyone out there that's interested in this thing, is that how can I have a hard time and I never had a good time? First of all, I got to have a good time to know what a good time is in order for me to be able to recognize what a hard time really is. But I was born in hard times, and I always have had hard times. Okay? So, you know, it's not who we gonna claim to be, it's who we prove ourselves to be over a given period of time. And Mr. President, you have proven that you well deserve to be called the President of the United States, and I'm proud to have you as my President, and praying that we can get you to do these next 4 years, and that you get a chance to set it all straight. And we do know that we're gonna be behind you 100% out here, in spite of.
I just want to close by saying, then I'm going to let Doc close it out with his little friend from Africa. I want to close it by saying this. In 2008, of course, I've said it before, I was on Charles Gibson ABC News, Nightly News. When they came to Valdosta, I was on the street and I registered some people to vote. I intend to do the same thing this time. Mr. Hannity, Rush Limbaugh, and the rest of you. If I and my grandmother could vote for all white mayor presidents, never had the opportunity, in fact my grandmother died, never having the right or the privilege of voting for a black African American person for President of the United States. I got that right. I took advantage of that right. And as a result, we put, along with white people, we made history. And regardless of what Rush Limbaugh says, Hannity, and the rest of the crew, that is a matter of record. Let me repeat, that is a matter of record. There is nothing you can do to change it. It's in the archival record of God Almighty, and you don't have to accept it. But it is what it is. And Mr. Hannity, as I close, my beautiful brother in Fox News, And all your friends, I want to get close in the camera because I want you to remember this. Who are you? Are you paralleling yourself with the Lester Maddox and the Bull Connors and the Governor Wallace of yesterday? Is that what you're trying to do? If you are doing that, and even if you're not, the way you are carrying yourself, I'm 100% sure, I'm 100% sure that history will prove you. And you may be proven by your own family members and loved ones to be on the wrong side of history. And you can't do nothing with that but live with it. And you will end up just like Lester Maddox, just like Hitler, the one that you talk about and blame Barack Obama is imitating. Read the encyclopedias and you'll find that Hitler is nothing more than a footnote at the bottom of the pages of histories with no monuments that is proud statues of him ever coming through here, because history and the God of my ancestors prove and bear witness that he was on the wrong side of history. And if you're not careful, you're going to be likewise. Close it out, my brother, and talk to us about that little brother again.
Yes, sir. I would like to say that Jesus loves you, I love you too. And to all my friends down at the Perlman Cancer Center, Happy New Year's. I'm in remission at the time. And this young man here, I pray that he's living, but I doubt very seriously if he is. This came out of an old National Geographic, and he was one of millions, of over 30 million in Africa that had the AIDS virus. And so many have died since the time of this portrait. And I don't know whether or not if he's alive or not. But to him and the victims of those kind of illnesses and diseases and cancer, and we all are praying for a hope and for a cure someday. Mine is malignant and terminal. I have 13 teeth where they died at the root, and I got to get the rest of them pulled. This being said, Happy New Year's to all my cancer friends and those that's in remission. Pray ye and love ye one another.
Mr. Robinson, where is that cancer center located that you talked about?
It's downtown Valdosta on Ashley Street. Okay. And so many people there. There you'll find everyone love each other. There you will find the rich and the poor, the black, the white, the Hispanic. It's all one people.
Democrat, Republican, Independent, Green Party don't even matter, does it, brother?
It does not matter.
It seems like Hannah and those, some of the rest of them is forgetting the point. They don't even consider that, do they?
That don't even exist with us.
That's not even a problem, isn't it?
It's all irrelevant.
Isn't that sad, brother?
It is.
That's really sad.
You know, that rhetoric is brother, irrelevant to the true demeanor in life. I look through a grim window, but I keep myself motivated with hope. Mr. Rines, you motivate me by having the ambition to stand up for courage. Barack Obama, Mr. President, common man, real human being, a plain man I'm talking to. Not the president, not the king, but you are the king. And you do have a queen. And your children are the royal families of this nation. But as a plain human being, I look through a grim window. And we all are human. We all are entitled to errors and mistakes. And just remember the humane part of life. Make the decisions that you know is right, regardless of what. But not for one, but for all. For we the people, as it says. You know, when they wrote We the People, Mr. President, we was excluded then, and we are excluded now. And our plea to you is to have them to allow us. Have them to allow us. Have them, as we have always been asking, to allow us to have participation in the ranks of freedom, true freedom, by being Americans and be treated on the equal basis as Americans, as a nation and community.
This is kvci.blogspot.com, George Boston Rhymes, Boston G.B.R. on YouTube. my beautiful brother, Dark Ghetto Child. Visit him. You will see this picture and others on YouTube. We do what we do because we truly love you. And we love you so much until we refuse to hide truth from you. We give it to you uncut, unedited. We do it to you because we truly love you. Until next time, bye-bye, we're gone. Power to the people. Pass it on and don't wait so long to get it on.